So we all know that Sonic Mania is going to be having a lot of returning zones in the game, 60% in fact, and while I'm not the biggest fan of this, I think the Act 2s look so different that I'm starting to not really care anymore about it. So, in this video today, I'm going to try and predict what other returning zones we are going to see in Sonic Mania. So I've got a list and I've chosen one from each game, since we've already seen one from the other classic games in Mania. So, without further ado, let's begin with this video. So, for Sonic the Hedgehog 1, I have chosen Spring Yard Zone to be returning in Sonic Mania. I don't think we're going to get Starlight because it's too similar to Green Hill Zone, in which it's focused mainly on speed. It's just too similar. I've chosen Spring Yard because it's quite a distinct looking stage, which has a mix of both speed and a lot of platforming sections. And I just feel like Marble Zone is too slow, in which you have to push blocks and stuff. And then we've got Scrap Brain, which is incredibly cheap and wasn't everyone's favourite stage. And we have a Labyrinth Zone, which is also not everyone's favourite. It's actually pretty infamous. So that's why I think Spring Yard is going to be in the game. I think it's one of people's favourite stages, other than Green Hill Zone and Starlight. But like I said before, Starlight is basically the same as Green Hill Zone. So yeah, Spring Yard, I'm going to predict, is going to appear in Sonic Mania. It's a good contrast between Green Hill Zone and then Spring Yard. They both feel really different from each other, and that's why I'm choosing Spring Yard. So let's get on to Sonic CD. Now, for the record, I don't think we're going to get another returning Sonic CD stage. I think there's only going to be one Sonic CD stage. But if there was going to be another CD stage, I'm going to choose Collision Chaos. Now, I don't know why, I just feel like Collision Chaos would be a stage they would choose. I don't think they'd go with Palm Tree Panic because it's too similar to Green Hill Zone. It's basically a clone. Tidal Tempest, I don't think everyone was a fan of that, even though I loved it. Wacky Workbench, no, they're never going to choose Wacky Workbench. Everyone hates that zone. Quartz Quadrant is something I would have loved to see in the game, but I just don't feel like it's going to be chosen. And then we have Metallic Madness, which is basically Scrap Brain, and no one likes that zone either, but I do. So Collision Chaos, I think Collision Chaos is like one of the most memorable zones in the game, so that's why I'm going to choose it. So, stage number 2, Sonic CD, Collision Chaos. So, let's get on to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So, I'm choosing for this Mystic Cave Zone. So, I've chosen this stage because it's such a different feeling stage from the rest of them. Mystic Cave Zone is a stage that is obviously all set underground in a cave. It has that atmosphere, it's very unique. It's not similar to any of the other zones we've had in Mania so far. It's like its own thing. They wouldn't choose Hilltop because that basically is Green Hill Zone. They wouldn't choose Emerald Hill. We have Chemical Plant. They wouldn't choose Sky Fortress because we've already got a Sky stage in the game being Flying Battery. So that's why I've chosen Mystic Cave, because it's not a stage we've had in Sonic Mania so far. It's a different feeling stage and one of the standouts of Sonic 2 for me. So that's why I'm choosing Mystic Cave. Now let's get on to Sonic 3, and I'm choosing the most obvious answer, but I really do think it is going to appear, and that is Ice Cap Zone. Ice Cap Zone is probably the most popular stage in Sonic 3. You've got that music, you've got the snowboarding section, you've got all of that stuff. That makes it stand out from the rest of the levels in Sonic 3, and that is why I think they're going to choose it. Especially with one of the videos that the Sonic channel released, and Sonic had an animation that looked like he was on a snowboard. And I think that's from Ice Cap. So I think Ice Cap is definitely going to be chosen for Sonic Mania. Either Ice Cap or Hydrocity, but I'm putting my money on Ice Cap. So yeah. Now let's get on to the last stage I have predicted here, which is Sonic and Knuckles. And I've chosen Lava Reef, because I feel like that's one of the most memorable stages in the game. And it's just a standout. It's a lava based stage. It's unique. There hasn't been a stage like it in Mania before, so I think it is going to be Lava Reef. I don't think we're going to get Death Egg, because I think that's going to be an original zone. That's going to be an original zone at the end of Sonic Mania. I just have a feeling it's going to be Lava Reef. I just feel like people love Lava Reef. Lava Reef was basically a one-act thing, because obviously Act 2 was like Hidden Palace. So if you had 2 acts of Lava Reef, they could do so much more with it. I just think it's a very unique stage to choose. It doesn't feel like any of the other stages in Sonic Mania so far, so that is why I'm choosing Lava Reef from Sonic & Knuckles. So that is basically all of my predictions for the stages that are going to be appearing in Sonic Mania. Do you think I'm going to be correct on this list, or am I going to be completely wrong? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think is going to appear in Sonic Mania. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you later.